on this, are you?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Playing the best game in gym.
Cristiano Ronaldo crying. Okay, playing the best game in gym. And it's like getting pulled out like 5 minutes into the, you gotta sit there watch everyone else play. He's still got that passion as a child. You know what I mean? He's still got.
Tell me this: would you cry?
I was gonna cry for him, man. I was pissed.
Yeah, but
his
you
new
did.
club, dude. He lives in the Champions League.
I think it had to do with something else.
Old Trafford.
I think he had the schedule mixed up in his head.
Or that too.
I'm thinking that.
I definitely thought that.
Realistically, he was thinking, "Oh crap! Now I just missed my chance to go back to United to play." I think that's what it was actually.
I
think he messed up on the schedule. Because if it was just a red card, he wasn't going to be going back to Old Trafford.
Well, look, he's still.
I think he'd be mad, sad, but I don't think he'd be crying like that.
I think he still could go back if the 3-game ban is overturned. Right?
I think it'd just be one game.
Yeah, it'd be one.
I think it'd just be the one game, and then he'll be back to see United.
Yeah.
I think he was so upset because it was so unjust. It was one of the most bullshit red cards I've seen in my life.
I agree with all of that.
I think that's why.
Cry though.
Dude, we've seen grown men cry all the fucking time.
Yeah, not over red cards though, unless it's like the final.
Dude, this guy wants to play every game of his life.
Yeah, but crying though?
I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll defend this guy to the end.
No. Dude, I love this guy. He's my favorite player. Messi
he did not cry. He welled up.
Dude.
All right.
He was a red face cry.
He held it in.
Yeah, he held it in.
This wasn't Euro 2004 where he sobbed like a little. He wasn't.
See, that is
He was
fine.
a little boy then.
That is like, but that's like bigger stage. It has bigger information.
People shit on him then for that, so people are still gonna shit on him. If there's anyone else who, oh my god, Modric cried because he missed the penalty. Oh my god, Modric cried. It was a beautiful moment.
No, look, if you miss it, man, my beef is that it's Champions League match day 1, bro.
Dude,
Group stage.
Exactly.
Someone said to me that because Messi fucking lit it up before that, so we had to match Messi, and then
so
that
he cried because he couldn't.
Dude, someone just threw it out there, so I'm adding that to the pot. It's not one thing that he cried over. I think there's a whole bunch of things.
Cried over nothing.
Let's just say he cried because he was afraid he wasn't getting back to go to Old Trafford for the reunion.
Yeah,
second time he'll be back if he ends up staying. Man, he was there with Madrid, scored in both legs, scored at Old Trafford.
Welcome back, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
That moment right there
cuck us out.
is basically why most Americans hate soccer. Wow. Crying for what?
There's no crying in baseball.
Malcolm Butler crying to the Super Bowl. He's not going to play.
He didn't play, and we still don't know why he didn't play, dude. There's some shady reasons behind
say about
that.
him
Conspiracy
crying,
theories. Huh? That was different.
People cry in sport, man. I think Johnny McEnroe cried one time.
Look, if he cried in a final like Butler did, Super Bowl final, like I get it, dude. My only beef, Champions League.
That's like Butler not playing the wild card game.
Not even Huss. It's like Butler not playing the first game of the NFL season and he cries. You know what I mean? Like it's that early in the competition, but whatever. PFC 220. Wow, 265. Premier League match day 6.
Only off by like 4 months,
right? It wasn't even close. Cardiff 0, Man City 5. We all expected this. I'm not sure why I didn't captain Aguero for this. I think I tried to get clever and cute captaining Lukaku, but Man City.
That was stupid from the get-go.
That was dumb. That was dumb, dude. No hiding behind that.
We'll get to that later.
Man City keep their run of form going. Hot on the heels of Liverpool. They go to the club that is the worst in the Premier League. Probably the odds-on favorite to go down, Cardiff City.
Dude, they're just a sieve. Like they can't keep anyone out. You know, we've seen Wolves come up, be defensive or be solid, but not Cardiff, man.
Not even close. Dude.
Chelsea was the same story.
Yeah, they have the worst defense and the worst offense. So
where
do you go, dude? Where do you go from there?
Sounds like a Hussy team, if you ask me.
Yeah, right.
Didn't you just lose to Everton in FIFA?
Yeah.
But I still scored.
You were Man City?
Yeah. It was bad because I was going too defensive. It is what it is.
How'd Man City win this game with typical 3-3, 4-3-3. I don't know what you went with, man, but Aguero starts again this game. I don't think people were sure if he was going to get the game
that's
or not.
why I didn't captain him.
I almost dropped him.
Well, it's Man City, dude. I was looking at someone to pick up myself. You don't know who's going to be interrupted. I thought about Bernardo Silva. He ends up with a goal and an assist. Okay. David Silva doesn't start. Mahrez doesn't start, goes in, gets 2 goals. I mean, it was Cardiff, though, so I don't think we should spend too much time on this game.
So, Al and I talked about fantasy, whether we should use a wild card. I almost used it, but gut feeling was save it. Save it for end of December when I can really use it.
End of December, but then that's when you get a second one.
Another one.
You get then you
No,
use.
I thought you get it.
Smash the 18.
You get 2 after the January transfer. Then you say
Yeah.
December.
Yeah. So I'll use it right at the end.
It's
to
still
set
a waste,
myself
man.
up, to set myself up for a good second half. Then I can use that next wild card further down the line when there's injuries and even multiple match days in a week. Also, I could use it in a time where at the end of the season when we don't exactly know who's going to play. So this game, when I do notes on all the games, there's just too many notes. It basically just came down to Man City looking Cardiff in the eye and saying, we're better than you. And we're going to get the bounces. So might as well just pack it in, go back to your sleeping bag. We're about to transfer.
Sleeping bag?
Yeah, go take a nap.
Yeah, that's what it came down to, man. It just, I mean, this is the City we've been watching for the last couple of years. 21 shots, 78% possession, like 91% success pass rate. It was just a smackdown from the jump, and Pep wound his team up. You got Sané, who's finally getting a start. He's going to silence the media. Mahrez came off the bench to score himself a brace, one of them being lucky, a giveaway by Manga, who's been one of the bright spots of this Cardiff team. Manga, and obviously against Man City, he had an absolute nightmare. But
It's a dope name, though.
yeah, Manga. Sure, dude. It's a badass
Manga.
name.
When you look at the City goals, nothing difficult.
Yeah.
They kept it simple.
Yep.
They just went through the gaps, saw the holes, passed it through. Oh, relax. Jeez, get your head out of there.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, well, we all knew what you're thinking. But they're more athletic, they're more skilled. And
What were
they
you
basically
thinking?
I'm thinking you were laughing at something because of what you were thinking. But, I mean, Aguero, he's still at good form. I mean, Sané, when he comes back, he just looks so explosive. When he gets that ball, the acceleration, the quick, the speed, and then you have Sterling on the other side. It's so deadly that you do have to beat City before they get to the front three. Like we talked about with Liverpool or teams that press high up, you have to get them when the ball's on their side and their defensive third. If you wait too long, all they're going to do is slice and dice you, having anywhere between 6 and 8 players in your final third just passing and moving. They're too quick. They're smaller players, most of them, and they have great shots. Yeah. And the passing, that who was it? The Bernardo Silva or I forget.
Sterling.
It was the pass that went right across the 6. It was perfect. It was too far for the goal you get, too far for the defender to get, and just dropped right in place. And that's
I think that was Silva's.
But that's the level. That's the difference.
That's Barcelona, man. That's Pep. Like that's what he cultivated over there. Square to Messi. Square to.
Well, what I'm saying is, other teams they might hit it a little too close to the goalie. They might hit it a little too close to the defender. Like these passes that they're doing are practically.
Because you got Raheem Sterling up there.
That's it.
Yeah,
You
inside the 12.
Inside the 12.
No, he's absolutely killing it. Like Al said, not much need to get too crazy about this game. We all expected this. Gundogan, though, gets a little shout-out for his power shirl. One of the nicest shots I've seen so far this season.
It was just a show of depth to the hey, we'll bring in Mahrez. We still have him. He hasn't played in like three games.
Jesus didn't even make an appearance. They didn't need David Silva at all. Company can't get into the team.
Yeah, Pep learned something from the World Cup. Don't start Jesus. But,
I will say though, man, my fantasy tip for the week, man, it got me 6 points this week, is Laporte on Man City. He seems to be the only guy. Emerick. I think he's the one guy that doesn't really rotate out of the squad.
What's he priced?
Dude, he's not.
I mean,
5.5, 6.
Otamendi's in and out, Stones is in and out, but Laporte's been the guy in there.
Yeah, he's gonna be the featured center back this season, especially just trying to indoctrinate him into the Pep system.
Dude,
he came in.
He's also cheap.
He's super cheap.
He gets you 6 points. He'll get clean sheets all week.
For sure, man. On the other side, I picked up Walker, who's more expensive, obviously, but I was hoping that because Mendy's out and Delph
down the right
doesn't really get up,
down the
right. Didn't see too much of that.
Bernardo was down the right.
Killing me, dude. Killing me.
Your brother. So I was talking to Freed, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so happy I dropped Mahrez because he didn't play." And I'm like, "Yeah, you still happy you dropped him, dude?
Oh,
it doesn't
so
matter.
great.
He comes on, still gets 2 goals."
Dude, but it's funny because why would he have Mahrez in the first place to drop him?
He thought he was going to start every game.
And it took him
At
to like
Man City?
match day 5 to figure this out.
Well, he dropped him like last week or the week before.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
Freed's down.
Then it's not
Freed's
too
in
bad.
66th place right now.
There we
I
go.
was in 59th. Now I'm 57th wild card, But he was in like the 40s. So he's way back.
He's on the
now.
slide, huh?
Fucking hilarious.
Liverpool 3, Southampton 0. Liverpool making a shout, man. Making a shout for the Premier League title. They come off a Champions League victory, bro.
Shaqiri FC?
Shaqiri FC? What are we talking about? Mane Salah FC. It's Shaqiri FC, dude.
And again, we just talked about City, where now Liverpool is finally getting some sort of depth. And that is huge, because the last few years you could not make a substitution without giving up some sort of play on the field. With Shaqiri coming in, they switched to a 4-2-3-1 basically, with Shaqiri staying in the middle. But there was a lot of switching with him, Mahrez, and Salah and Firmino.
Mahrez.
Sorry, what did I say? Mane.
Wishful
We were just talking about Mane. Yeah,
dude.
yeah. No way, I got Mane. I'd rather have him. But there was a lot of interchanging between those front four, and it was great to watch. At first, it was kind of confusing, but look, Shaqiri grinning ear to ear, got the great bounces. That first goal, takes a shot, deflects off one, deflects off another defender, pinballing into the net, and like, what's with the double knee? Like, who was that? Who was that? Got Hoyt or Holt? I can't say that.
Yeah.
Hoot, with a double knee like trap, and it just bangs off. Like, dude, come on, you're in the Premier League. You're a professional player. You know how to trap that ball down.
Apparently not, man. Being a center back sucks.
Yeah, well. The second goal, Matip, he's been out for a while, but it's good. He looked pretty good for being Matip. Looked a little agile, but with Virgil next to him, we've talked about multiple times. With Virgil next to any of those defenders, they all look better because Virgil... Oh, fun fact, against PSG, he was actually the top-rated... Virgil van Dijk was the top-rated speedster on the field. That involves Neymar, Mane, Salah, Mbappe. He had the highest, the fastest-rated sprint of the whole game.
Did you see his stride?
Yeah, dude.
He can take 2 steps across a room. And he's quick. Like, it's all... He's the complete package.
Yeah,
man.
but with Matip, the Tin Man, next to him, I mean, he needs that.
But he did leave this game with a bit of a hamstring knee or something. Fatigue, you think?
Yeah, well, I'm guessing it's an injury based on fatigue. Like, he's been playing basically
since January.
Yeah.
At every level.
He didn't have a World Cup, so that helped. But like playing in that Liverpool back, man, there's a lot of recovery because Liverpool plays so offensive.
This is where they're gonna leak.
Hope so, man. Hope so. They're looking so solid though. Like Huss was saying, Shaqiri FC, dude. This guy, when I saw the lineup, him playing kind of in the middle / center mid as well. I was like Shaqiri, that's the weakness. That's the position to attack. He loves going forward. He does have a decent work rate, but like he's the guy they can exploit. They just couldn't, man. Shaqiri played a thorough game. Henderson, I know people out there don't rate this guy, man, but when he's in the team, there's this stability about the Liverpool midfield. Sure, maybe you might lose that one-on-one flash, that brilliance,
speed
with a guy. Speed too. You might lose that.
Naby
but
Keita, you kidding me?
He brings that stability. But yeah, when you want that speed, you throw in a guy like Naby Keita.
But it was
so
Southampton.
Dynamic, exactly.
So,
at Anfield.
Do you see Henderson and Long getting into it a little bit? Long clipped Henderson's heels from behind. He goes down. Long's like trying to help him out. Henderson's like, why would you touch me right there? And then they start getting into a shoving match a little bit. But that was good to see from Henderson. But Matip, having him and Virgil in the box, it's been a while where they had 2 twin towers basically that would actually win the ball.
It's a big
all
deal
the time.
on set pieces.
And Shaqiri, one of the big criticisms when he was at Stoke, they talked about him not coming through when they really needed him defensively as well. Every time, especially because he was in the midfield, the middle of the pitch, but every time the ball got switched, he was there. Every time that the ball went out of bounds, he was pressing on someone near that bounds. He's almost like a born-again soccer player being with this team because there was an energy. I think he loves being on the team, true, because they're winning, because winning solves every problem on a team. But you could see that he's fully bought in. He's okay with sitting on the bench. Klopp and him had a talk. Klopp explained to him why he came off, and everything's cool. They have no beef with him coming off at halftime. But that free kick, usually it'd be like Trent Alexander-Arnold, they might have it. But with Shaqiri, hitting the post, I mean, I like Trent, but if Shaqiri wants to take that left footer, I'm okay with that too. And with Salah, this is a 3 out of 10 for confidence shot. Ran that ball down. It was all effort, just toe poke. They're having a good time. Hopefully that goal will make him relax a little bit. But Salah had two huge opportunities.
Dude.
There was one where he got the ball, slipped inside, and he waited too long to shoot. The defender came in, deflected it, went, I think, to the right of the goal. And it's like, come on, man. Quicker, quick. Like, last year, he just was so quick. It was one touch, maybe two touch. That was three touch, I think. And the other one was the one where Firmino gave him one of the best long balls I've seen in a while, especially for Liverpool. And
it was off that corner.
So it was
Southampton corner.
Great transition, and Salah got turned around with a little heel flick. Last year, that goes in. Last year, that goes top corner in. But you could see just like, hopefully his luck's changing a little bit.
You know what the difference is between this year and now, or this year and last? Tiki, you see the celebration on the goal? You didn't see a celebration?
When he scored?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like,
I wasn't paying attention.
he just had his hands up like, what? Huh?
Oh, yeah.
But he was really confused about, like, was that his goal or was that his...
No,
Yeah.
but
He didn't
Dude.
know if it went in for
Look
Shaqiri's
at him.
free kick.
in case you refresh your memory, look at this. Talk about him celebrating goals or not. It's almost infuriating, man. Look at what? What's going on?
It's the worst.
Dude, just take it,
Enjoy it.
slap your chest. Shit, sorry for the mic, everybody. Look, was it me? I don't know. Everyone just pat him on the head.
It's annoying, man. It's boring.
It is boring.
He's so boring. You're literally top 5 in the world, or at least fighting for that. Some of us would give our right leg.
He's gonna
to be
cost
in
you,
that
man.
position.
I hope he's the guy that costs you the title in the end. If you're gonna lose
Look,
it,
I
I
can't
hope
go
it's
that
Salah.
far out.
I'm
I
going that
hope.
far.
I
Yeah.
hope. Yeah, of course.
If
I
you're gonna
hope
lose
that.
it and it's gonna
Crash
be
and
because of
burn.
one person,
Yeah.
I hope it's because of him. Big game, he didn't show up. Some
Kind of
shit
like Real
happened.
Madrid, right? In the Champions League final.
Kind of like that, you know. Oh, my elbow!
My shoulder hurts. I'm out of here.
But another big thing with Liverpool, another clean sheet.
Yeah, dude.
Only letting up 2 goals.
Dude.
One of them was the Alisson mess up, which it should only be 1 goal. And the Tottenham goal was definitely avoidable. So they could be sitting here with 0 goals after these matches.
Yeah, and
So
at
it's-
Anfield, they're fucking undefeated, too. Like, I don't think
This is
they've
the first
lost.
time in their fucking history or something that they've won the opening 7 games, all
Yep.
comps.
And with going against PSG, too. They looked
Shit
legitimate
club.
against PSG, too.
Yeah, dude, they did. Absolutely, man. They deserve that win. Liverpool's legit, man. There's no denying it. Whether they can put it together for a whole season, we'll see.
And Fabiano is still on the bench.
Guys, he's not good, man. He's a poor man's Fred.
Thank you.
No, I wouldn't say that.
But another good fantasy pickup, man. Anyone in the Liverpool defense. Joe Gomez is actually kind of expensive. But
He got
Robertson or Alexander-Arnold are great options.
Gotta
I should have captained Robertson, man. I would have had 14 points with him. I knew he was going to be a clean sheet. Didn't even get an assist or anything. If he got an assist, it'd be even more. He's like Alonso.
You mean like Trent
Except
Alexander-Arnold getting?
Well, him too. He got the assist. It was one or the other.
Just that
Yeah,
whole back line, man.
but-
But yeah, dude, Liverpool defense is legit this year. But Van
11
Dijk,
points.
if Van Dijk isn't back in this squad next game, man, there could be problems.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
for sure, man. Speaking of problems, Man United won.
Well,
Wolves.
speaking of problems,
This was a problem at Old Trafford. Wolves is clearly the breakout team of the 3 relegated
they're
teams.
legit, man.
They're so legit. Great results against the top clubs so far, man. I think they tied City, I think they tied City at their stadium, at the Molineux, I think, if they still call it that. But yeah, man, United in this game never really looked threatening. Were in control of the game, had possession, multiple shots, few chances created, but there were no clear-cut chances. And you got to give credit to Tom's boy Nuno Espiritu Santo, the manager for Wolves, man. His tactical brilliance is spot on, and obviously he does have the help of having a talented squad. João Moutinho, Schürrle, absolutely class, but they come in with a 3-4-2-1, 3 in the back. They knew they'd give up possession, but if they could have some twin towers, some center-back minded players in there to deal with the likes of Lukaku, Fellaini, Pogba. Matic was suspended for this one, so he didn't play, but man, United get off to a hot start, bro. That fancy, silky touch by Pogba. Ball cleared up in the air. Fakes a little reverse pass. Lays it perfectly into the touch of Fred.
Yeah.
Fred, with his weaker foot, scores his first goal for United.
Fred started that play too.
Yep.
And he was looking good. He's looked nervous up until now, which is understandable. Like looking a little like his shoelaces tied together, tripping over the ball. Just little touches he should be getting right. But he started that whole play, man. He really spreads the ball well. He's much more dynamic than Matic is. He's got also the free kick threat and the goal threat.
Yep. That was a nice free kick.
Attacking play. Oh, incredible
Great
free kick.
save. Great
Tom,
save.
as Tom would agree with me, man, the best angle shooter free kick on from the outside in with the left foot. Great goal from him. And Pogba coming off a great Champions League week where he had 2 goals. So he kind of carried that form over.
Yep.
But he lost the ball, I think, 2 or 3 times right away. First 5 minutes, lost the ball twice.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, got his shit together. Then he loses the ball again on the halfway line, trying to do a Maradona,
Yep.
a roulette around 2 guys, loses the ball, and
where the goal
they came
comes
down
from.
and countered on and scored.
So one of the big reasons why I think Wolves are doing so good is because they
By
had
the
a
way,
good.
thank you for not calling them the Wolves.
The Wolves.
Oh, and by the way, they did tie Man City 1-1, match day 2.
Yeah, man.
So
they're
look
tactically
look
brilliant.
at their
Yeah.
transfers. If you get
They're
a
spent big.
promoted, but if you get a promoted team, I'm telling you, their goalie from last year probably doesn't make the save that Patricio did at
Probably.
the end of the first half.
Yeah, Patricia's not a world class. He's an international goalkeeper. He's Portugal's goalkeeper. So like, this guy's experience. Yeah, he played on Sporting before, which is not the biggest league or the biggest club. But like, this guy is a class goalie. Huss, that's a great shout, man.
He's also a great fantasy pickup, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at the schedule. I don't know who they have going on right now.
It doesn't matter, man. They shut teams down. Like Nuno Espirito Santo, former Jose Mourinho player, when he was at Porto, won the Champions League with him. So there's a connection there. Maybe a disciple we're seeing in the works. This guy knows Jose's system. He came into the league, man, with a big beard. He looked hilarious. Or he looked cool. And
Yeah, I think that's one of the coolest beards.
So
yeah,
Patricio,
but Wolves were. I mean, everyone that's played them coming up this year, they're like, wow, this is the best team we've played at the championship ever. People have been in the league for a long time, are impressed by this Wolves side, the way they're organized, the way they play. They're not afraid.
No.
they're good as a team, but it's one of those teams that will leak goals a little bit, just even one, because they only have 2 clean sheets on for the season.
Yeah, but
He's
Wolves,
rated.
they've played Man City, they've played Man United in those 6 games.
Yeah,
So that's 2
and
you
that's-
can wipe off.
That's fine, because
So two-
look,
They're
it's not a
newly
horrible.
promoted.
It's not a horrible pickup, but you're facing Southampton, who has reinvigorated Ings playing for them. They have Crystal Palace with Zaha. You have Watford, who's one of the better teams in the league. Then you have Brighton, Spurs, Arsenal. So Brighton's okay.
Watford are one of the better teams in the
Look,
league.
actually,
They're playing well.
Yes, exactly.
No,
And
but-
so, I mean, right
It doesn't
now,
matter who they
Patricio's
play.
11th,
You know what I'm saying?
11th in points. Or you could go with,
Who have they played already, though? Pull up
I
that.
understand, but
Who have they played?
let's look at the points. Hennessy
who have
is
they
top
played
there,
already?
But you could just go with my goalkeeper, Joey Hart, who
Joey Hart
is,
got lucky as
Up and
fuck.
down.
Got
Up
lucky
and
as
down,
fuck.
Joey
he's
Hart,
still
dude.
second out of all goalkeepers.
Yeah,
with
for now,
33
'cause
points.
the last 2
He saved the
weeks.
penalty. He saved the penalty. That's why his
That's fine.
points are skewed.
But
It's
also-
not fine. They're bottom. They're the fucking
Look
last
at
place.
their next 2 games. Look at the next 2 games. Cardiff and Huddersfield. Or
He's gonna-
Crystal Palace Southampton. Who would you rather face
It's almost
between
equal.
those 2?
Yeah.
I'd rather play.
It's
I'd rather
Joey
play
Hart.
Cardiff or not. Then you get Man City, Chelsea,
So you-
West Ham, Leicester.
And you're
That's-
allowed to have 2 goalkeepers. So, because he's cheap, you bring another goalkeeper in
Patricio.
those 2 weeks. And then you
Yeah.
bring him back. Or you sell him because after Chelsea, you have West
All
Ham and
right.
Leicester.
Fantasy talk. Save it for another time.
That's true.
Back to this game, man. Power show by Matinho, like we said. A lot of Portuguese guys on this team.
On
Yeah,
his
man,
weaker left foot. Yeah, he's a professional athlete, man. So what? I could make that shot.
No,
1
bro.
out of 10.
Come on.
1 out of 10. Yo, that
If I
was
couldn't
great.
get, I would give you guys $50 each if I couldn't get that 1 out of 10.
in
Yeah,
the
that
top
sounds
left
like a
corner like
challenge.
that.
Actually, that sounds like
Yeah,
that sounds like that 10 would dry up real quick.
Is-
Maybe 20.
Is that like Jimmy
10,
Bullard?
I would like to think in my prime.
We got to get the trash barrel
Get the
zip
trash
tied
barrel.
up there.
That's a tough one, man.
Yeah, man. That hurt.
Fellaini started this game too.
Yeah. No, Fellaini did well, man, and he's
He did
absolutely
do well.
playing out of his fucking mind.
I think that Jose needs like Pep Guardiola or any of the best managers that win shit. He needs the best to get the best results. And right now, I don't think Antonio Valencia is the best option at right back anymore. As far as in the ranks, Diego Dalot, I think, because man, you've seen Valencia. I used to think it was tactics. He'd dribble up to the 18. If he couldn't beat the guy, I'm going to pass it backwards. I'm going to pass it to the middle. Overlap, I'll get it back. He always just kind of hangs out there. It's not enough sometimes. He doesn't have the pace anymore. I guess that's what it is. He doesn't have the legs to really make the runs
Dude.
in behind all the time.
I still think he's number one, man. Watching Dalot in that Champions League game against Young Boys midweek, offensively for sure, man, he brings it. But he got beat 2 or 3 times, even slipping up one of the times.
That's fine, man. He's got
it's not fine, man. For now,
dude,
like,
he's 18. I'm saying,
that's what
like,
I'm saying.
yeah,
That's why he's not number one. He will rotate with Valencia, and I love it. And I think by the end of the season, we'll have someone who we can maybe say will be number one. But like defensively,
against teams that are
level,
gonna like, you go with Valencia with experience, of course, in the big games, champions, or maybe not champions. Like any big game in points, you go with Valencia for experience. But I think we need to start bleeding. He's probably gonna play in the Carabao Cup next week.
He'll play Carabao. He'll play Champions League when we're playing weaker teams. He's rotating in, bro. Jose,
but I think we're losing a dynamic on that right wing.
Yeah, but we're also, if we put him in,
because look at Luke Shaw, man. Ashley Young's the same thing on the left. Ashley Young can't break anyone down.
No. But Luke Shaw can defend, man. Like we saw,
Luke Shaw can defend, but going forward, he gives us so much more with the left foot.
Yeah, 100% agreed. No, Luke Shaw was always number one, even in Jose Mourinho's eyes. He was always number one. It's just he got hurt. But Valencia, I think I hear what you're saying, and I'm excited about this Dalot kid, but after seeing him beat by young boys like a couple of times, especially early in the game when legs were fresh for both teams, defensively he scares me, man. And we're already leaking goals. Like, we had the best defense, if not second best defense last season.
Yeah.
And like, I get it. Like, we all wanted more expensive football, wanted United to go for it. And sometimes it leaves you open in the back, like we said.
But that's our way, man. I mean, the United way is to attack it. You know, we're losing 3-0. Attack it. We don't give a shit. Always going to attack. That's the blood of the club. But you said something. You took me off track.
Oh, sorry.
God damn you.
So basically, this explains this team exactly what they are right now. Sir Alex Ferguson was in the stands for the first time since the brain hemorrhage. This team should be jumping out of their socks with energy. Just basically, look, the father of this club is back. Huss. And I think, look, this is a promoted team. They have, 65% of the possession, and your striker, Lukaku, has one shot all game?
Yeah, but that's Lukaku not, like, shooting. Half the time, he wasn't shooting when he was supposed to. He was passing the ball. United were overthinking this one. There were times when Sanchez should have shot, where he tried to get too cute.
Martial could have taken a touch inside and had an easy strike. He lost the ball.
Yeah, I don't think the issue in this game was energy. It's just one.
They played great, man. It was a fine performance. When our opening goal through Fred, we were on the back foot. Wolves were playing aggressive. And then we got the goal. We took over. Second half, opposite story. We were dominating. Wolves get that free goal off the Pogba loss in midfield. And then towards the end, it was kind of like we could concede because we're going for it. Traore came on, man. Great pickup by Wolves from Middlesbrough, man. This dude, he's a beast. Physically, he's a beast, and he's probably the fastest guy in the field when he steps on.
He also just mentioned that on the field, he says he's probably faster than Usain Bolt. On the soccer field, I was like, ooh, okay. I could see that too, because when you see Usain Bolt play, he is like, he's fast, but it's not on track anymore.
Dude, I thought I saw on the field, I think Virgil, like, when they were showing his speed over Mbappe and them, I thought it was like closer to like Usain Bolt speed. Yeah. So I don't think it's that hard to beat Usain on a pitch, especially.
Yeah, but Hussy fact.
No, I mean, again, with Jose Sanchez, it's almost like he's beating out the creativity in this guy. He looks like
it's not. You can't blame the coach, dude.
Yeah, he was creative in this game. I think he's just in a rut, dude. I think Sanchez
a year-long rut.
No, look,
not a year
yet.
Though.
Like a rut at some point turns into like, no, this is not a rut. This is your new level. I still think with the energy he's showing and the skills, he's beating people. He's creating stuff. It's just not coming for him, dude. That's all it is. I still see the same Alexis Sanchez, just not the same results. Like, it's not like his game has changed that much from Arsenal. He would dribble. He'd hold on to the ball a little too long at times. He would lose
the ball all the time, but it scored 2 from 25 yards out.
Yeah.
What if Lukaku starts doing poor or just starts plateauing, you push Sanchez up top and you bring in Martial, because think about Sanchez when he was at Arsenal. When he got all those goals, it was
we did that a couple of times. I know,
but I'm talking about consistently, not just for one or two.
Rashford,
dude, you tried the experiment. It didn't work, so you revert back to what you know. You can't really take too many gambles with the lineups. I think that Sanchez needs a good base underneath him to get the best out of him, and that base doesn't include Fellaini. God love the guy, but I mean, he doesn't have the footwork.
Man.
No, he doesn't have the footwork. I mean, if you have Andres Pereira in there, always looking for feet, playing quick, dude. I love watching that guy play.
Yeah,
he buzzes around that field. He came on right away, man. He was brilliant. He was bright. Won a free kick. Moving the ball, and he links up very well. Like Fred links up very well with. When he came off, I was worried.
Yeah,
because he was the only guy really linking up with Lukaku, and working his way back.
His first pass,
busting his ass. Oh, all the time. We need more of that. Just get Sanchez more chances, but yeah, he's just in a rut. I mean, he'll come around eventually, but I mean, I think at some point you got to pull him potentially and get Martial in there. Not that he did much just to justify in this game.
That's the hard thing, man. Is that like when you're a player, especially if you're trying to break into the 11. I understand. People say, "Oh, you got to play to find your form," blah blah blah. But like, man, you got to come off the bench and you got to do something.
Yeah.
Whether it's not getting, like, you look at a guy like Sane. We all know he clearly should be starting for whatever reason. Conspiracy theories out there. He didn't start the start of the season, but every time he came on, you saw like this kid is pushing for a start. He's creating assists. He's creating own goals.
Your body, it's all body language, and what
it's
you do.
All that, man. And Martial comes on, and you can see he's trying, but like he's still like this hesitation, and you can attribute that to like playing for a manager you're not really comfortable with.
He's stuck in fourth gear. He just hasn't reached.
Dude, there was a play, man. He had the ball. He was playing left wing, of course. The guy committed to him. He took a touch inside. Another guy committed to him, and he could have gone by him again. Middle was wide open. One more touch, have a strike on goal. And instead he tries to find the pass through two defenders and lost the ball. And it's like he's confused, or he's reluctant to shoot, or he wants,
Yeah.
Like Lukaku always looking to pass, like you said. Lukaku,
man,
I don't know what the hell he was doing, man. He was killing me. Or dude, his favorite move is trying to shoot through defenders. I'm going to cut it back on the left and just kick it as hard as I can, and it drives me crazy, Yeah, but then again, he's often by himself, and he doesn't really have much choice to make.
Yeah, man.
But I don't know, man. It wasn't a horrible game. It was frustrating as hell. But what can you do, man?
Yeah, man. Big points to drop here. Big 2 points. Puts United in a sticky
especially
position
when everyone else wins.
Exactly.
Not Chelsea.
Besides Chelsea.
Well, Chelsea have room to give.
Yeah.
So do Man City and Liverpool. Obviously,
people
Liverpool
close
has
to us.
The most room to give, but yeah, you can't lose when most top 6 teams are winning, or the other top 5 teams are winning. Brighton 1, Spurs 2. Spurs find winning ways, man. This was a tough game for them. No, not a tough game for them. I want to say a high pressure game for them, with them losing midweek.
Yeah, dude.
In the Champions League, and not really getting the results they were getting, or the consistency they were getting last season, and obviously the pressure of the fact that they didn't sign anyone this summer, so everyone's looking to scrutinize every time they're
tired of listening to Pochettino. They're tired of his message.
I don't know, bro.
There's not enough investment. I'm saying these are just like, it's all like a culmination of multiple exponents. The players lose. I mean, after you have a coach, he's preaching something, it's not yielding any trophies or results. It's not crazy to stop listening to him. Look at Arsenal. Or even any Mourinho team that he's had that's turned against him. Not that they're turning against him, but like they're not going to. As far as Man City and Liverpool, you're chasing them too. There's not enough fire, going to really kick on for that.
So we've talked about it. Other people have talked about Kane resting. He will need to rest at some point.
Nope.
But the problem is he can't rest.
Yeah.
They need him. They're in a weird place right now where they can't rely on anyone up top. Maybe put, I don't know, more up top, and I don't know who they put up top, but
you play Son up top too.
Yeah,
He's done it
true.
before.
But Son actually had not a bad game, but he just was kind of off. He was off
first game
during
back.
this game.
And he was a free man. Of course, he's a little off.
But it was also raining heavily, so the weather was there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that wall Brighton had. We, as a coach that teaches young kids, whenever the ball comes, they naturally put their arm up. You're a professional adult. Why are you bringing your arm all the way up in a wall?
Who are you talking about?
Brighton. I forget which person got the.
How dare you
got
forget?
the
It's that big boy.
I can't think of it, but as the ball's coming to, leave your arm down, and head that ball away. That was an easy goal. That was a gimme.
Dude, that shit happens all the time. handball
Not
for being
break-
in
no,
the
the
wall.
hand was
That one,
above
though.
their
Yeah,
head.
not that one.
Oh.
That one was Glenn Murray, the tallest guy on the field. Dude, he brings it up. It almost looks like he was trying to punch the ball. Obviously, he was bringing it up to cover his face, but he didn't use his hand. He used his whole arm, which made himself way bigger.
Yeah.
And that's what got him. I've seen, it hits the hand. Oftentimes it's across the chest, so they put it just up, or it's an elbow. Those I've seen, but the one
Or even
Glenn Murray
sometimes,
did
like,
was
up
so
here.
obvious. Yeah,
But
And he also reached across his body. It's just,
he knew what he was doing.
and then you got Knockhart. I mean, he gets that great dribble down the left side. He cuts in and shoots directly at at the keeper. I'm like, come on, man. If you want to be the leader of this team, if you want to be the face of the team, you got to score that. Yes, you got a goal, but you should have had at least two.
Yeah, we're talking about when he laid the ball through and he should have taken it first time.
And even if it's the second time, put that ball to the side. Don't hit it right down the middle. Don't try to go near post. Go across the net, far post.
Yeah. But no, man, Kanaka, for me, he's a guy I'm looking at in fantasy. It's just Brighton doesn't always churn out a lot of offense. So it's hard to get a lot
even in this
out of
game,
him.
he still ended up with a goal. He was
Yeah, but
obviously the brightest.
That's my issue, is that, like, if he doesn't score and Murray doesn't get a PK, then they don't score. So, like, he's not Zaha. Zaha's a guy you can trust. Like, even if they don't generate offense, he's going to get his. Murray, I think, Kanaka, late in the game, they kind of unleashed him, and that's when you start those opportunities starting to happen. But the first 45 was just basically stay in shape, keep the score respectable. And that's how Brighton have been coming out for their first 45 the last 2 or 3 games. Very timid, very tentative. And I don't know if it's, the tactic of the manager just saying, look, if we go down into halftime 2 or 3-0 down, the game's over. Let's at least try to go in at 0-0. Maybe not try to go in at 0-0, but let's at least preserve the clean sheet. Let's focus on keeping the sheet clean in the first half. Second half, we go for it. And that's what they did, man. They were all over Tottenham in the second half.
This was they definitely opened up. They did really well in the second half. I'd probably say even like the 60th minute on. They did let up that goal to Lamella, which I think Ryan should have had. I mean, that wasn't a great shot.
Yeah, it was
tricky. So maybe he got caught with the weight on the wrong foot. But at the same time, I think he should have been able to at least get a tip on that. But right now with Brighton, you can truly see that they're missing Pascal Gross. Yeah. He's such a creator with the ball that Murray, even anyone in the midfield, if he gets the ball on the outside, he's going to give you a great cross. He's going to be able to sidestep a defendant, lay the ball through. Pascal Gross is, in my mind, probably the most important person on this team, and he's just out at the moment till the end of September.
Yeah, him and Kanaka, man, and then Glenn Murray is firing this season, absolutely firing. So, yeah.
Shout out to Solly March. 8 Trippier up a bunch of times.
I like him. I think he's a Brighton product.
Yeah, he is.
Youth.
Dude, Kanaka could bounce. Like, he definitely bounced next year, and he's only 26 now, 25, 26.
Yeah, he might.
2 more years. You can get 2 more years out of a seasoned professional at that, 28, 29, 30. Mid-range club. If they go down, man, because I don't know if they can stay up this year.
He'll be fine. Yeah, he'll find a club. But he was at Leicester before this, so he's taken a quote-unquote step backwards in his career.
Step back up, son.
Exactly.
Step back up to the plate.
Pull a little Louis Zaha. Arsenal 2, Everton 0. Man, this game has the most false score, and I'm annoyed by it. Arsenal were, to be fair to them, in control at certain points of this game, but overall, man, Everton, especially in the first half, absolutely all over Arsenal. And yet somehow, some way, because they have Lacazette and Aubameyang, this game ends 2-0, clean sheet. And a clean sheet they didn't even deserve. Drives me crazy, man.
Well, with Everton, with the amount of money they've spent in the last 2 years, they're close. They don't have it yet, but they're close. They're getting closer to being that top 6 team again. They had the chances.
Top 6 is tough.
The big areas that they were... Well, we even see it with Arsenal. They should have trounced Arsenal at least by at least 1 goal, maybe 2 or 3. They were able to get in behind the defense multiple times. Problem was their final pass or their final touch or their shot was just a little bit off. There were many times that they took that extra touch rather than shooting, and it's like, or the touch was far too big and they got killed up front. I think it was Richarlison, Walcott, multiple times that they were able to finish, and yet they missed their chance. They weren't clinical enough. And then with I mean, Lacazette, I mean, that was just magic. That's why you need to play both of them at the same time. If Arsene was here and he wasn't playing Lacazette like he wasn't, this is probably a 0-0 type of game. And then with the other goal, Aubameyang, he just straight up was offsides.
Offside.
I mean,
dude.
that was bad.
That was a huge offside. To be fair, I didn't see it in live play, but obviously I'm not lying.
That's
not
okay,
my
yeah.
job.
Yeah.
But like when they showed the replay, I was like, dude, that wasn't even. It wasn't like he had his arm offside.
Elbow.
His leg.
Oh, it was his arm.
Dude,
Yeah,
his full body. Like
2
maybe
yards.
2
At
yards
least a yard and a
offside.
half.
It was ridiculous, man. So annoying. I wish Tom was here to defend.
You can't defend that.
Adam
I
Ramsey
bet
with
he would somehow.
yeah, right. Adam Ramsey with a dual assist though, laying it on, being that midfielder, you know, the creative. But man, the Lacazette finish, he's so much more technically gifted than Aubameyang is. I think, you know, just from watching the two of them next to each other. Aubameyang has got the speed, the pace, the power. He's very direct. But Lacazette can hold it up. He can lay it off. Like he's almost like a complete number 9. You know, great fantasy pickup, by the way. Should have captained him.
Oh, you picked him up?
Oh yeah,
Nice,
of course,
man.
man. Aubameyang's way too expensive. They're either gonna get a goal or an assist.
But I mean, if you're a top 4 team, you're still not completely afraid of Arsenal. Because
I would be starting to, man. I mean,
I wouldn't be.
not afraid, but like, all right, like they're getting their shit together finally. So
the defense sucks, bro. I wouldn't, based on this game, I would not be afraid of Arsenal defensively. Offensively, you're probably gonna give up 1 or 2, especially with Aubameyang starting to chip in from the left wing position. But defensively, bro, Socrates got hurt in an attempt to take down successful attempt to take down Theo Walcott after Walcott basically broke in down the side. So Socrates might be out for a game or 2. They bring in what's his name, Caleb Chambers, or was it Holding? I always get the two confused. They bring in Holding, and dude, he was okay, but man, Everton were not afraid of this backline, dude. Once Mustafi was giving the ball away a couple of times, once Socrates left, it became a little bit of a trickier game. Shout out to Bellerin and Monreal though; those two always solid.
If this is Liverpool or City, Arsenal's losing this game because they broke on them way too easy. And then the big thing, the only thing I'd be slightly nervous with Arsenal is that Santi Cazorla was coming out and said, like, under Arsene when he was there, Arsenal lost belief. They didn't have the belief that they could win. Now they're starting to believe because even games like this where they didn't play necessarily well, they still found a way to win.
That's the key.
And by the way, we just saw Aubameyang do the flip. I'm just waiting for him to, like, that one time maybe land on that
He's been doing that his whole career, man.
Dude, Nani was doing that shit since he was like 9 years old.
If I was the manager, every time he does it, I'm holding my breath. I'm like, don't twist your ankle. Don't be like what was that, Grammatica? You know, the NFL kicker? He's like celebrating the field goal and busts up his ACL.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
I saw a guy in Germany trying to do a knee slide to the corner flag, or he tripped, landed on the corner flag, busted his ACL, first game of the season.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you see that other one where, I don't know, I forget which league, it was just some like random league where a guy like scored a goal, did a backflip or something, landed on his head and killed himself.
Okay.
Broke his neck or something. No, I'm not saying I don't want that to happen, obviously, but I was just like watching.
That got weird.
I was watching like a video on YouTube. It was like, weird goal celebrations, like shocking goal celebrations. I was like, all right, cool. And then I'm like, what the hell am I watching?
That sounds made up, Huss. I don't know if I buy that.
I swear.
Sounds like bro science. Next game here, obviously Arsenal, clean sheet. Rare clean sheet for them. But TCB that game. West Ham 0. Chelsea 0. Tie game here. Killed 90% of people's fantasy teams. All weight on Hazard.
I'm so glad
West
he
Ham
didn't score,
finding
man.
their
If
form.
everyone had him captain, I would have been even worse off now if
I had him captain.
You had him captain?
I thought he was going to put me into the 80s.
80s?
Yeah, because I got 67 on the week.
That's the danger of riding someone, you know, Aguero's been proven to be consistent, but just betting on Hazard because he got a hat-trick last time out, I don't know.
But he's also had a really good season.
Oh, he's playing out. He had a great World Cup because he played for himself. You know, and dude, this guy plays for himself.
So much hate right there.
No, dude, he's incredible. I don't care if he plays for himself because it means, like, I hate Chelsea with all my heart, but I love watching Belgium play this past World Cup because Hazard fucking showed up. There was passion, or at least for himself. You know, he wanted to look good and, you know, on the world stage, and he's continued that on, you know, because he's going for that contract at Real Madrid. This is his show-off year, man. He wants 40 goals. He wants to go to Madrid. I swear.
Yeah, well, he had 5 goals in 5 games.
But to
before
bank
this,
on him at going back to back, that's risky. It's foolish.
No, it's not full. Are you kidding me? That's like saying last January when Harry Kane, he went off for one and he was slumping big time. Then like, I don't know if I want to pick him. Then he hits off again. He hit like 3 games in a row, and Guerrero does that too. They'll hit like 3 games in a row. So I thought, you know what, Hazard against West Ham, but West Ham has definitely changed it. This was an even game, even though
Pellegrini,
the possession was way off. They still had chances. Antonio should have had a goal. Not the one they shot, but he's being a little bit selfish. He took a shot when there's someone coming up on the right side. If he throws that across the box, that's probably a goal. Then he has that other one where, I forget who was with him. I don't know if it's Yarmolenko, but Antonio ended up with the ball like at the 4 yard, maybe 5 yards out, turns and shoots the ball right at the goalie. It's like, come on, man. I know you've been playing every position for West Ham, but if you can finish one of those.
Dude, just imagine.
And Yarmolenko, if Arnautovic is playing.
That's what I'm saying.
West Ham, very good.
Imagine if Arnautovic was in there.
He probably got 2
Antonio.
goals with the Antonio one, and then the Yarmolenko miss of the header.
Dude, that's
the story of this game is Issa Diop getting the clean sheet, shutting down his
God.
Dude, someone's talking shit. This guy sucks. I don't know where I saw it. Did not like that.
I think Snacks said it.
Yeah, it might have been Snacks.
But even like Chelsea, they had their chances. Giroud had his chance. He was trying to do like a Zlatan when he went to ground, when he was trying to do like a little scissor. Then Hazard had the heel flick. That looked super sweet, but it was just off. Look, Chelsea had their chances. West Ham had their chances. It's just neither one was clear. One goal. I mean, that as you get older, I mean, you realize just like that one moment.
It cost them top spot with Liverpool. Now they're sitting third behind Man City, 2 points off top. You know, they're behind City on goal difference. I mean, they have 4 goals against, solid defense. My God,
Who's in fourth?
United goals against 9.
Who's in 4th right now?
Watford.
Oh yeah. Remember how earlier I said like Watford's playing well?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to pick
You said something about them being a good team. And it's like they're not a good team.
Yeah.
They're
Right now
well.
they're a good team. 4th place.
They have a better team than Spurs, Arsenal, United.
They have a better team than Wolves. So don't pick up Patricio.
No way, dude.
Huss taking it back to old stuff.
About like an hour ago.
It's a callback. It's a callback and a half, man. But no, give West Ham credit. Give fucking Pellegrini credit, man. Manuel. Love this guy. Him and his beautiful flow. He's been catching a lot of shit this season. You know, West Ham, bottom of the table.
Dude, they spent 140 mil, man.
They spent a lot. But, man, they've spent a lot in recent years. The Pyatt money was squandered.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't be at the bottom.
I mean,
dude.
it's like everything, man.
Plain
People
and
in and out. It's tough to, build some kind of consistency within the squad with a bunch of people that sign from all different managers.
Yeah, that's why, like, he did that, though. They gave him full control of the budget. So, like, I get what you're saying, give him some kind of leeway. But, man, to start at the bottom.
He's turning it around, man.
Yeah, now it's cool. Like,
Takes a few games, bro.
It shouldn't at 140 mil.
It shouldn't?
No, look at Wolves.
Dude, look
at Wolves.
Look at
Watford.
Look at the NFL cross sports reference.
Sport.
Okay, cross sport reference. You don't really know a team till Bill Belichick. 3 games into the season, I know my team. I know like what but
100% agreed out.
So relate
but
that to
shouldn't be at the bottom. Not West Ham. Cardiff at the bottom. Go for it. Hudders, Brighton.
It's a sharp learning curve, man. It's sharp.
West Ham, they were in Euros, bro, a couple years ago. Look, they should be mid-table. Like Everton struggled to find their place, but like they're kind of mid-table, kind of hammering it out. But no, West Ham, they'll come right, man. They'll come right. I'm with you, Al. Like this guy, Manuel Pellegrini,
Felipe Anderson.
Well, he's a winner. You know, he's a Premier League winner, so he knows what he's doing.
And Arnautovic came out, and he was talking about how he let Bilic down when he was with them.
All those guys did.
He said that.
Who
Bastards.
said that?
Arnautovic said that he loved Slaven Bilic as a manager and as a person, and he's like, I let him down. I'm not saying that he lost the job because of me. I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, I didn't do good. Yeah. So I mean, at least he realizes that. And the big switch though, when he went to striker, everything seemed to change.
Dude, he's been playing crazy since he moved to the middle.
And Chicha, see you later, Chicha.
Yeah, Chicha never. I feel like he never got his career off the
MLS.
ground.
Here we come. He's definitely going to MLS at some
Why
point.
not? Why
If
not?
he goes to like LA,
Dude,
FC,
he could
I can
come
see that.
over.
Go get paid.
He could come over, get paid, score fucking 100 goals.
Yeah, there you go.
And then go back.
style.
And then go back. Was he? It's probably like 31 now.
Yeah.
I can't remember how old he is.
Speaking of age,
But I guess he can go back to Europe after that. He'd come like do a Jermaine Defoe. Go to Montreal.
He's not
When they
that
come back,
prolific, man.
try and make the
Jermaine
World
Defoe was
Cup.
prolific.
yeah. And then speaking of aging players, Fabregas on the bench, not used. I mean, it's only a matter of
he's
time
coming-
till he might want to go to another team. I
No,
think.
he's coming back from injury. He started train. I think he played.
But who's he
He
going to play
came
over?
on as a sub.
Kovacic? But then you get
Yeah,
another.
either one. Kovacic, yeah, he'll play over. He'll rotate with Kovacic. Kovacic's coming in his first year, so like he knows it's gonna be hard to hold the position. Jorginho's playing too well. He won't rotate, and it's a different position anyway. And Conte is an X factor, but Conte also had a World Cup too, so like there might be games where they don't need to, like if they play Cardiff, or I think they already played Cardiff, but like a game like that, if Fabregas is healthy, you don't necessarily need Conte in there with Jorginho.
No, Jorginho can do it by himself almost.
Exactly.
Or Conte can do it definitely by himself.
Exactly. So like
You know.
Fabregas will get his time, man. I think his career is winding down. To be fair to you, Bus, he's 31 years old. So like, even
But
if
a lot
he
of
wants
miles,
to
a
leave,
lot of miles on those
a
legs.
lot of miles, dude. He
All the
turned pro
Euros, all
very
the World
early.
Cups.
16
Yeah.
years old, he
and
started playing.
all the Champions League long runs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's,
so I think he's if he leaves Chelsea, he's going down. You know what I mean? Like he's not going back to Barca.
I could
He's
see him
not
going to
Italy.
AC Milan, Inter Milan, something like that, where they might
So
do
let me
that
say it
great play.
again. If he leaves
Steps
Chelsea, he's going down.
Yeah.
I mean, Inter. Come on, bro.
Italian
Inter,
football, besides
AC,
Juventus. Yeah.
Inter's in Champions League.
Napoli.
AC's not. You know what I mean?
You never know, maybe next year.
Juventus is the only step up in that league.
Napoli.
Napoli is still a step down from Chelsea caliber, but like it's a good club.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won't step down and go to Brighton, but no, this is the best club he'll play for the rest of his career, in my opinion. But they love him, man. They respect him. He came in as a sub in the Champions League, Europa League game. So like his fitness is coming back. He got hurt, I think, in that first what's it called, the Charity Shield. Or Community Shield, whatever
Community
they call
Shield,
it.
yeah.
now.
See, the
That's
crazy
90s
thing,
talk.
Yeah.
I mean, Chelsea, again, is up and down team. We talk about that, where every year it seems like either league title or mid-table. And right now, I know they switch up the formation again, but they're doing well defensively. And that almost tells me that it's more about effort and want on the defensive end rather than anything else. And it's amazing how, I wouldn't say mentally weak, but it's impressive. Well, not impressive, but it's shocking how Jose Mourinho and Conte were able to suck the life out of this team, both of them, and just didn't get those teams to play defensively.
Look, Conte, I'll forgive him because he wanted certain players. He wasn't giving those certain players. To his discredit, he threw his toys around a little bit. He should have just got on with it. He had a good team. But he also lost Diego Costa, man. That's how the life got sucked out of this team.
That was his
a
fault, though. He
warrior.
said that he texted him. I forget who Diego Costa was with. Some
Yeah.
other. Yeah, you heard that story?
Yeah, for sure. He
Yeah,
texted him.
I just got a
"Thank you,
text. He
peace."
said, I'm not going back. So he's like, fuck this, you know.
Yeah. So, look, Chelsea has struggled to replace that number 9 position since Costa left. I know Giroud's been doing well, but like you see him start today, and it's just flat from him. Not lack of effort, but I just mean like that magic that he usually brings. So all the magic's either coming from Willian or Hazard. Attacking wise, it's not really coming from anyone else. Conte's doing his best to do it. Jorginho's really passing the ball around, trying to move it. Kovacic is kind of trying, but he's new to
See,
the
there's
team.
no Alonso breakthrough, man. That's what it was.
Thank God, bro. Exposed.
Still got the clean sheet.
I know.
Man,
Bastard.
but yeah, Jorginho's a new Conte. I think Fred on United is like the new our Conte, man. The way he played against Wolves this past weekend.
I don't know, bro. That's
No, no one's gonna be Conte.
not Conte even, but like Fred sucks defensively. I'm learning that.
You kidding me?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
He's clumsy,
Him and dude sucks.
but whoa.
Him and Pogba cannot.
Straight up.
I'm starting to realize they cannot play in the same midfield because they both defensively are liabilities.
Pogba's liability. Fred's not. You see him bust his ass,
Bust his ass, but for what? After he gets beat, he busts
but
his
he'll
ass.
get. Dude, no. Keep
Effort,
watching.
I'm not kidding.
I think
I
he'll
will,
be
bro.
fine.
You keep watching. I think he'll be fine. He deserves to play.
Defensively,
but
I
we-
think he'll be fine.
Defensively, we hurt. with him and Pogba because they're not really good defensively.
His recovery is too good.
I'll put it this way:
I didn't know he was 5'7".
I'll put it this way: he's definitely not Conte because you never heard Pogba saying, "Oh, I feel great out there because I have Fred behind me," like he did in the World Cup with Conte.
Early. It's still early for that. You
can't compare Conte, man.
I think Fred is a great midfielder for United. A lot of promise going forward. He's that guy I said we need. Like, first time he gets the ball, he's looking forward first. And if it's on, he'll play it. If it's not, he'll go sideways.
Is he the player that you thought Ander Herrera was sort of going to turn into?
He's the player Ander Herrera was for a minute.
Like the Iniesta almost.
Exactly. But then Jose, because we needed more defensive coverage, he turned him into a defensive guy.
Right back, center back.
Oscar 2.0.
Chasing man marking, chasing Hazard. It's Oscar 2.0. It is. Obviously, Oscar was more attacking, but no, I still love Ander in there. I still want to get him in there. There'll be a nice, healthy rotation in that midfield, especially when Matic comes back from suspension. But how the hell did we get on United? It wasn't even my fault this time.
Because we talked about Mourinho and Conte.
Got it. But yeah, either way, man, Chelsea has points to give here. They don't want to give points, but they were 5-0 before this game started. And now they have one draw.
They were perfect.
But this is a great start,
man. Fine, dude, man. Sorry, you gotta be happy. I know he was frustrated this game, man, because they really didn't get out of fourth gear or third gear even.
Yeah.
But dude, the commentator's like, "Oh, he really wants that cigarette now." I bet. And like, dude, what? You can't really call this guy out, dude. It's like he's the only guy in the fucking league that smokes cigarettes
publicly. Yeah,
I think
Klopp smokes. Or used to at least.
Not since those new teeth went in.
Right.
I keep those things
That's
clean.
why I needed new teeth, dude. You tobaccoed up the old ones.
Do you see West Ham turning the corner for good? Or do you think they're going to start slumping again?
No, I mean, they'll have bad results here and there, man, because I think they're going to finish mid-table. Hopefully, if they can put it together, they'll finish like 9th, or 10th. I think there's a building year for them. This is, a bunch of new
Pellegrini
players. Like
stays, man, but they have good bones in here. A lot of new people, man. Like, it's no longer, James Collins and Font.
Kouyaté.
It's, even Kouyaté is kind of on the fringes now.
No, he's at Palace, bro.
Oh, yeah,
he's not on this team anymore.
I forgot that was brilliant.
And not to talk about United again, but this is maybe the worst time for United to face West Ham. Yeah, where they're coming off of 2 good performances.
Absolutely.
And we're playing them away, so
it'll be a bogey game for United for sure, man. Especially after the Wolves result.
That's why you gotta get maximum points when they're afforded to you, like when you're at home, so you can afford to draw West Ham. It's simple science. United's not at that level yet. I hope we can. I mean, if you turn on a run and you win 10 games in a row, it fucking changes a lot, and that can happen at any point in the season. So I'm holding on to that. Yep. Holding on to Liverpool having some sort of injury crisis or drop a little bit of points. City have already dropped points against Wolves, so someone's doing the job for us other than United themselves. But yeah. That's the story of the season. Why are we talking about United again?
Yeah.
This is great.
Well, because I was bringing up how they're facing West Ham. With West Ham, Arnautovic should be back as well.
So, if we keep dropping points, man, top 4 might be unrealistic.
7 points already dropped.
For sure, man. It's a rough start for United. We'll see what happens. Quick touch here. Huddersfield 3. Leicester 3. Huddersfield 1. Hudders gets off to a fast start here, thinking they might be able to pull a fast one. Long throw, dude. Long throw from Huddersfield. Scored by Zanka off a Deportre flip. I forgot about this Deportre guy. Made a little bit of noise at the end of last season. But, man, he's a problem in the air.
Yeah, I mean, with Leicester, I liked how Vardy was interacting with Iheanacho. Because, especially when the assist, Vardy's the first one to go down, celebrate. And before, it was almost... with Mahrez on the team, Vardy there, it was always Vardy gets that last shot. Vardy always makes that run. But now it's almost like Vardy has switched up his position a little bit. Yeah, he can make runs, but now he's becoming more intelligent where he's willing to pass that ball through. And then it's at the point where Iheanacho needs to start scoring. It's not maybe he'll turn around the second half. No, you need to start doing it now. You've already been on this team long enough.
Yeah, it should be expected of him. And he did the job today. Or this weekend, man, goal and an assist. Great counterattacking goal that he had.
Yeah.
Vardy laying it on a plate for him. Still a tough finish. From 18,
Scuffed it,
left foot. But Vardy himself, man, this guy's the man. Still with a goal and an assist. I mean, he's still scoring goals. He's still being that guy you can go to. He'll still get you 20 probably this year. But James Maddison, man, this guy. Great fantasy pickup.
That was going to say, this is a good fantasy
I brought it
pickup.
up a couple of times, man. He keeps scoring goals. I think he gets about 2 or 3 goals, 2 assists or so. Always involved. But Leicester, man, Leicester, 3 goals, 2
And 1
assists.
assist.
3 goals, 1 assist. That was close. Yeah, man, Leicester are definitely that top 10 team in the EPL.
Yeah, for
and
sure. Top 8.
They're looking at Europa now. Like that's their goal, and they have the squad.
Yeah,
I
they
think
do.
in the next month, we're going to have a defining moment for Leicester because they're facing Newcastle, Everton, Arsenal, West Ham. Those are all teams that are going to be tough.
Dude, then
And-
Cardiff, Burnley, Brighton, Watford, like you should walk through those teams.
But in
they
those
have a great
next
schedule coming up.
But in the next 4 matches, because Newcastle can be pretty good sometimes. Everton has the ability. Arsenal is kind of shaky. West Ham, we just saw, can be tough. If they can get results out of those 4 games, Leicester's in a good spot to stay up once again.
I'll
No, they'll
stay up.
bro. You don't think they'll stay up? You think
I
they
have
the
no
debate?
idea. With this team right now,
Hussy,
bro.
how long have you been doing this for? You have no idea.
Leicester's going to go down with Cardiff. They playing that level?
well, no, Cardiff, but
Brighton?
look last year. Last year, there's so many teams within, I think it was like, the last 10 teams were separated by 5 points.
What month was that?
That was near the end too. That was basically how it was.
And Leicester were in that group.
If Vardy gets hurt and
Well, Leicester-
Iheanacho cannot score, this team might be in
Damari
trouble.
Gray Madison, bro. Damari Gray Madison.
You don't think people are going to start figuring them out?
No, man, I think they'll be mid-table, Huss. I think they'll finish 8th.
Stop scratching all the parts of your fucking. You get that on camera, dude.
Yeah, we did.
What was that, dude?
8th to
Scratch it.
13th, I think. That's where they'll finish. I don't think they'll be in a relegation battle at
No.
all. But who knows, man?
They
it's
could
not
fall to
crazy say
15th,
that. Who knows?
14th to 15th, and then it gets for real.
All right.
Burnley 4, Bournemouth 0. A result no one on this planet Earth saw coming. Huss enjoyed the fruits of this result, but don't let him fool you. He didn't go out and pick up Burnley players before this game.
No,
He
but I
had
kept them.
Yeah.
I got
But
rid.
you
I got
almost
rid.
wanted
I got
to
rid of
start
mine.
this way.
I was done with it. I'm done.
I knew that they were going to
Huss,
turn around at
You
some
get
point.
partial. No, you get partial credit. You did not know they were going to turn around
It's a
this
gut
much
feeling.
in this game. That's why it's partial credit.
One of the
Yeah,
things that we
exactly.
talked about when Al and I talked about the other night when I said wildcard was a couple of the players I was looking at were King and Wilson and
Exactly,
Fraser.
dude.
But the thing is, I didn't, and I kept my 3 Burnley players because I'm like, they're gonna turn around at some point, and I feel like they're gonna snap out of it. The biggest thing that changed with Burnley was their heart and their energy. We talked about before.
Joe Hart.
Look, they got the bounces, but they made do with what they had. So, the bouncing balls, they were chasing after that. They're shutting people down. They are an effort team. Yes, they can pass the ball nicely.
still
because
conceded
you saw
10
that
goals.
cross, and you just, I know, but
It's not that they've just been conceding too much.
yeah, and Joey Hart's still second in all goalkeepers, but for points,
Penalty save.
that's okay. Look at the Cardiff goalie. He's still up there because of 2 penalty saves. But
That's it. You're banking on this 2 games he had good. The rest of you is shit.
Don't
Don't
worry.
don't.
Don't worry what I'm putting in my bank. You see where I'm in the table. So I'm still
Not worried.
I'm the top 6, top 7, something like that. I'm going up there. I'm
All
rising.
right, man. Back to
I'm
the
going
game,
on that
dude.
pedestal.
How do we
But-
get on this fantasy talk?
So because we talked about Joey Hart. So with Burnley, like I said last week, it's more mental than skill wise. They have the ability to do to play well, but they're not going to be a Man City type of team. They need to bring their legs and their heart. If they can do that, they're going to shut teams down.
Joe
They're
Hart
gonna,
again.
yeah, right. They're gonna get the bounces, or at least if they can do something with the bounces. They had that good cross, and who was it? Lennon that got that goal. That was
Yeah, Lennon had a goal and an assist.
yeah, with that sliding.
Yeah.
That was really nice. But then there were 3 deflected goals, or 2 goals where the ball bounced into a perfect area
Yeah.
for them to shoot.
Vidara got his first goal for Burnley, and Ashley Barnes got himself a brace. Look, man, Burnley, you can say they deserve this just based on some of the cruel results they've had. Bournemouth, though, get shut down. I think that was a bit of a reality
Callum
check
Wilson,
for
what's up,
Bournemouth.
dude?
Kane,
What's up, Josh
all of
King?
them. Fraser,
How
I
we
picked
doing?
up Fraser
Yo,
this week.
Fraser, what's up? Yo.
But we'll see over the season. They have a friendly schedule. Next few games should be kind to Bournemouth. So we'll see what happens. Crystal Palace 0, Newcastle 0. Saw this stalemate coming. Crystal Palace basically have one player going forward, man. And if he doesn't score, Christian Benteke. And if he doesn't score, Palace doesn't score. No, I'm talking about Wolf Zaha. This dude, man, unlucky. Getting fouled as always. Got a little annoyed. There was a bit of argy-bargy, as the English commentators like to say. Wasn't happy with some of the fouls he was receiving. Came out last week with a comment saying basically the opponents are going to break his leg, and that's when he'll finally start getting calls. But plays well here, man. Plays well. Newcastle, though, defensively astute. I had a feeling that Benitez was going to come in here and basically say, shut down Zaha and keep the gate locked.
Well, that's how it's going to be. You say you get fouled, they're going to foul him because once you take him out, there's no one else. So it's one of those things where
like
Zaha will have to leave at the end.
You're talking about like Sergio Ramos?
So Zaha, no, because Mane still scored. It was our keeper that couldn't hold on to the ball. So Zaha, I mean, he's such a big fish in a small pond at the moment. He's like the coolest kid at band camp. He needs to leave and go to a bigger team.
No. Wan-Bissaka, another great fantasy pickup, getting maximum points.
Great player.
He's proven to be a great right back. Fosu Mensah was there last season.
Dude, quick story on Wan-Bissaka. If you guys don't know, I'm sure you know, because like he's kind of starting to gain popularity.
He's a fucking cult figure right now.
Was a wing player, an attacking player, right mid or whatever. But in training was always matched up against Zaha because Zaha plays on the left side. So
he performed so well.
And he was the only guy who could shut down Zaha in training. So like, all right, dude, let's try you at right back, see how that goes.
No one's getting by it, dude.
The craziest thing about this guy is that the last 2 weeks he's gotten a lot of decent points. And he's only at 4.1, by the way. Huge pickup
dude,
if you want to get him.
Cheap,
I'm getting rid of Schlupp and getting this guy real soon. I just didn't use my pick this week.
Dude, get it. PVA is like 6.5 something.
I'm actually really aggravated with myself that I didn't pick him up because I was going to, and I just was like, you know what?
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna give him one more chance.
See my fantasy team?
Schlupp's not. Everyone has this guy at the moment, and he keeps getting bonus points. The last 2 weeks, he got the top bonus points twice in 2 weeks, and it's not like he got an assist or a goal. He's just playing very well.
Just shutting people down, man. And that bonus system is like an algorithm that looks at a whole bunch of stats, so you don't even have to really score an assist to get bonus points. I know it pisses a lot of people off when they watch the game and they say, how does that guy get 3 bonus points? He didn't do anything. But it's meanwhile pass accuracy, number of passes, shooting, dribbles, interceptions. So
Pogba's good for that. Pogba's good for that stuff too.
Yeah, for sure.
Crystal Palace sitting in 11th comfortably. Newcastle though, man, still winless under Rafa this season. 18th place, 2 points from 6 games.
Dude, Rafa called it, man. He said, I need money to spend.
They didn't get shit.
They didn't
Mike
give him
Ashley's
anything
a cunt.
To spend. So like, this is expected, man. This is expected for Newcastle. But
he'll turn it around at some point. He'll get them to 10th or 12th.
As long as they're not defensively weak, man. You can always like, if you're not giving up a lot of goals, you can steal a victory.
That's why Cardiff, man, is 14 goals conceded. Huddersfield, 14 goals conceded. Like, you're done.
You gotta batten the hatches.
I think I picked Cardiff to go down.
Fulham won, Watford won. Very fair, balanced game here. I had a feeling that this was gonna be a draw, but I think I went for Fulham. No, I think I went for Watford, and they ended up taking the lead early. Damari Gray. Andre Gray scores in the first 90 seconds of the game, man, with a nice kind of scuffy finish, but Hughes with a nice pass out to Andre Gray, puts it away. But Mitrovic, man, it's not a game unless Mitrovic scores. This dude...
Tom captained him.
Yeah, dude. I'm kidding you. That's such a ballsy
He's in
move,
70-something, though, so
right,
it doesn't really affect anything. But I saw he captained him. That's a fucking genius move, bro.
Yeah, man. Mitrovic he's similar to Zaha almost. If he doesn't score, then Fulham usually don't get the result. But he scores here, man. Ties the game up. He hit the crossbar at some point as well. Fulham could have won this, arguably. But I think 1-1 is a fair result here for both these teams. I think they're going to be rivals as far as where they finish in the league. They'll be very close to each other. So getting games like this, you never really want to lose to your rivals or the guys who are going to be near you. You'd rather lose to the guys way higher in the table. So good result, fair result for both these teams.
How high?
And if you want to pick up Mitrovic, Fulham's playing Everton, Arsenal, Cardiff, Bournemouth, Huddersfield for the next 5. So this is a pretty good time.
Yep.
Because then they go into Liverpool, Southampton, Chelsea, Leicester, United. So they're going to start playing some tougher teams. So if you want to pick him up now, keep him for 5 weeks, and then get rid of him. But he's a very cheap option, man, for some decent points.
For sure, man. For sure.
Fulham, another team that invested big this summer.
Yep.
So Watford losing to United last week. Now they're drawing 1-1 away.
Not bad, man.
No, they're not bad. They're still sitting fucking 4th place. They're doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how it's not just 4th place. It has to be fucking 4th place.
That wraps it up for us.
Oh, hold on. Clint Dempsey returned at halftime
yeah, I
at
saw
Craven
that.
Cottage.
Saw
Fucking
that.
legend.
for
I
him,
think
man.
he has the most goals in the Premier League for Fulham. At least he did when he left. And most goals for an American in the EPL. Made it to the Gigi Buffon in the Europa League, man. Fucking beautiful goal.
No, he's class, man. Dempsey will
They
be
made it to the
missed.
final that year with Dempsey.
His
If he fucking won the Europa League with Fulham, first American to win that shit, it would have been huge. But people don't understand how big this guy was, man. He wasn't just part of it. Like, he was instrumental and across the continent and getting that team to
For
the
sure,
final.
man. Even when he was at Spurs for a little bit.
He went to Spurs dude. That's when he made his fucking trip to Spurs. Moved to Spurs, dude. American
Him
on
and,
Spurs, and you earned it, and you're starting striker.
Yeah, man. Him and what's his name, Moussa Dembele moved together because they were both at Fulham.
Both at Fulham, yeah.
And when they had that run, those two were just
Huge.
a dominant pairing.
For some reason, this is stuck in my head. I feel like this is true. Wasn't there like a time where Dempsey ran in right before the game, or like halftime? They picked him up because they just made a transfer to get him in.
That's Brian McBride.
I think that's a movie.
I have no idea. That was gold.
I'll
The
look
dream
it up.
continues.
Dude, how are you gonna sign this guy and then he sprints from the airport to go play in your game?
No, it's true story, bro. It's true story.
Another bro sign.
No.
Nail
My
it.
neighbor told me. Yeah.
All right, that wraps it up for us. Match day 6. Looking forward to match day 7.
He's looking for it.
Yeah, hurry up, us.
Looking for it.
We got the Carabao Cup this week, midweek. So if you're into fantasy, make sure you pay attention to who started, who played in those games. It'll give you a hint as to who might be rested that following weekend. Thanks for joining us, guys. We will catch you next week, as always. Bussy.
I'm trying to find it. I can't.
You know why you can't find it?
doesn't exist.
Maybe I dreamt it. I don't know.
Liverpool sucks.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Peace.